Wisconsin Halloween Hunter. Right now I'm going to do a little bit about fencing because you saw I did the fence, or not the fence, the gates the other day, and I uploaded that video. And so now I'm going to, I guess you could say, refurbish my old fencing. Hang on. There we go. At my old house, these are what we used to use for fencing, but there are only 3 left. We had really bad wind up there, and only 3 out of a lot of them made it through. So I'm going to pretty much take these apart. I'm going to rebuild them. Not so much that they're stronger, we don't get as bad of winds down here as we did at our old house. But I'm just going to make it so that I can have more of them out of the same amount of wood here. And so that they're easier to set up and take down, they're easier to store. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the basic frame, kind of a square basically, but then the slats, those are going to be made out of these cardboard boxes here. We just finished, we finally got our garage cleaned out, so we've got a ton of leftover cardboard boxes. That's a groundbreaker coffin I'm working on. I need to strengthen it up. Because the duct tape for some reason is not very sticky here. I think it's because it's a little cooler out now. Tape doesn't stick as well when it's cool. And as you remember, these are the gates. That's the gate. Now what I'm going to need for this, I'm obviously going to need a hammer. I'm going to need a scissors or some sort of utility knife. And I'm going to need a really long measuring tape. This is like a contractor's measuring tape or whatever I guess you call it. I'm probably going to need duct tape for this too, and I'm going to need assorted colors of spray paint. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure with the contractor's measuring tape there. I'm going to measure how much footage I need of fencing, and then I also need to find out how much I can subtract from that because of these. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll tell you how much I need. Alright, I need about 50 feet, give or take. I also have some of that Caution Haunted tape stuff, so it's not a huge deal if I'm a little short. I'm going to find a place to set the camera here. I don't have a tripod. Now what I need to do is see if I have enough wood to at least get close to that number, because I think it would look really good if I had some actual fencing type stuff here. Maybe if I set it on the car hood here. Is that going to work? I'm going to just measure these and see how much I have, how long one of these is. Alright, these are 4 foot. Each of these slats is about 4 foot long. How high is it? It's about 4 foot high. Alright, so these things are 4 foot by 4 foot. And I'm going to need 4 pieces for each of these. So I need to count and figure out how many pieces I have, and I will tell you how much footage I can get out of these, counting the fence. Alright, I just measured out. I'll be able to get a total of about 25 feet out of all this. So I might need to either rethink my design, or I'll just need to build a little bit of cardboard for the edges, or I'll just use some of the Caution Haunted tape. So even though I don't have as much as I would have hoped, I'm still going to continue with the build. And I'm going to start cutting those up. I'm going to try and use some of the thicker cardboard, and I might just build more fence pieces. So I'm going to cut those up. I'm going to cut them into slats. I'm going to try and make them 2 to 4 foot long. I don't care if it's perfect. So yeah, I'd say you just cut up the cardboard into slats. And remember, these are going to be the cross pieces, or the vertical pieces like this. They can be anywhere between 2 and 4 foot long, about 1 inch wide. And then I'll start dismantling these once I have a bunch of those cut out. I'd say about 5 of them per 4 foot section should be sufficient to give a good fence effect. And so I'm going to cut those up right now. I'm actually going to turn off the camera here because this is going to take a while. Hey, I'm back. Alright, I cut out 8 so far. So they're just thin cardboard slats. One of them ripped for some reason. I found it much easier to use just a box cutter, utility knife type of thing. It's so much easier than using the kitchen scissors for that. I just lay down some scrap pieces on the concrete and just cut over those. It's a lot easier and it goes a lot faster than using the scissors. Just remember to try to protect your concrete the best you can. Keep your hands safe. I'm trying to keep those electric cords out of the way so I don't puncture them if I suddenly slip. So anyway, that's what it's looking like. That's about a fence, 1 3/4 of a fence piece right there. So I'm gonna cut up a few more, and then I'm gonna start disassembling those fence pieces. Alright, they're all taken apart. That was not fun. Mostly rusted nails stuck in there for the past 5 years. That was really tough to pry apart. But I removed all the nails that I could without any injuries. So I'm gonna kind of lay out what the basic framework of a piece of fencing is. I think I'm actually going to use 3 pieces instead of the 4. I'm going to try and make it work with 3. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just gonna, what the heck, I'll actually film this. The worst part's done now, so if I can find a good angle to film it at, I will actually, doesn't look like I'm going to get a good angle here. Alright, so I'll just pause it then. I'll lay it out and I'll show you. Alright, this is what one of them is going to look like. Now, like I said, I'm going to use the 3 pieces of wood instead of 4. You can see I have 1 on each side, and then the cross piece, that's all wood, but the 3 slats in the middle are made of cardboard. I'm doing it this way just to save a little bit of wood. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run a piece of like a steel wire along the bottom to hold them in place. And that way I can save some wood and hopefully get another 5 feet or so out of this. Maybe actually hit 30 feet. So, yeah, we'll see. And my major goal is to at least get the very front of the yard done in fence, and that's about 40 feet or so. So if I'm using 4 pieces in each and I have 24 feet, I still got another 16 feet to make. So that's 24, or 20 feet, yeah. Because I also have to remember the fence, I almost forgot about that. And I also have about 100 feet of the Caution Haunted tape, so that's how that's going to work. But anyways, this is going to stake into the ground. I'm probably going to actually use the side pieces of wood to stake it in. And I'm just going to keep building, and we'll see how much of this I get. It's going to be significantly more than the last one. So I'm going to start adding on to this, and I'm just going to see how far I can go. Alright, we're looking at just under 16 feet here, which is a lot better than I expected. So that actually makes me really happy, so that means I might actually be able to do a good portion of the yard with this, doing it this way. So basically what's going to happen is each of these is going to be a section. This side's going to be the end, obviously, because it has 2 slats. And I'm just going to keep on, it'll keep on going like this, and I'm actually planning on just clamping or taping most of it together. So that's really easy to take down into small sections and hang back up into one large section at the end of the season. Alright, here's the whole 16-foot thing laid out. Again, this is obviously all going to be standing upright. It'll all be connected together into one long thing. I'm going to get close to my to what I'm trying to get to. I'm going to be very close. Right now I have, counting the fence, I have 20 feet. So if I can get another 16, 20 feet or so, I'm very happy. I'm obviously not going to be able to get the whole 50 feet. I'm starting to realize that now. So yeah, next year, note for next year will be to pick up more lathe and finish off the fence. So I'm going to get this taped up, and I'll kind of show you how it's going to work out. Alright, now I'm going to tape it all together. And I'm just going to quickly do this, and I'm going to do the other one too, and I'll show you what everything looks like at once. I'm going to be using the almighty duct tape, indispensable Haunter's tool. Never be without it. I've got probably 6 or 7 rolls of this stuff sitting around in my room, in my basement. Just never be without it for anything, period. Alright? I'm going to tape everything up now, and I'll show you kind of how I'm... Alright. Well, took a little longer to finish these than I thought. I did them over a couple of days. I started them on Saturday and today is Tuesday. So, a couple more days than I expected. But anyway, everything is all constructed. As you can see, it's just pretty much duct taped together. 3 cardboard slats per 4-foot section, and 1 wooden piece, 1 wooden slat per 4-foot section, and then just a cross piece of wood. Total cost for this, and this is for about a little less than 40 feet of this stuff. Total cost is about $9. That's $8 for the slats for the wood, and then a roll of duct tape, and I didn't even use a quarter of it, so that's about $1 worth of duct tape. And so total cost for around 40 feet was about $9, because all the cardboard was free. We were just unpacking from a move that we finally got to unpack from, and so all the cardboard was free. It was just cut it apart. I already had all the tools sitting around. So yeah, $9. Gave me 40 feet of fencing. So that price will go up a bit once I start to paint them. And I'm going to do just a general painting video on the coffin, the fencing, and everything. I'll probably get that done this upcoming weekend or next weekend. Yeah, I know we do our Halloween stuff pretty late here, but our neighbors wouldn't really appreciate having Halloween stuff up for a couple weeks. So I'll probably start setting up next week sometime, and I'll show you how that starts to look when I do. I'll get a couple of before pictures and after pictures of the yard. So anyway, there you go, 40 foot of fencing, $9. So I'll see you in the next video. I'll show you the coffin I'm doing in the next video. So see you then. Bye.